It's like a culture shock. It was just like so many different things in high school. There's just no respect for, teachers. Cut school every day. I hated it. I had no friends. Finding my community was the number one thing that pushed me. That really inspired me to be the best. Finding what makes you happy, what you enjoy doing. Fitness doesn't need to be serious. I try to make it fun. I try to make it enjoyable. It's going to make you happy and it's going to make you consistent.
Before we get into this podcast, can you do me a massive favor and subscribe to this YouTube channel? Our goal here at Ignite Fit Life is to build the Bay Area's fittest community. And you're going to help me do that by subscribing to this channel. Enjoy the episode. Angela.
Yes. Hi.
To the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah, thanks so much for coming on. So as part of this podcast, it's all about your story.
Okay.
And we just want to kind of get to know your background. I've known you for 8 years, obviously starting from HiFi up until this point now. And I've noticed an awful lot about you over those past 8 years. And I wanted to find out more about your background, your story, your past, and where you get your mindset from to get you to the point in which you are today. So just to kind of start the podcast off, I want to know more about your background and, just where you grew up. I know you speak Portuguese and stuff as well.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, just talk to me a little bit more about your background, where you grew up and stuff. So kind of take from there.
Yeah. Well, I was born in Portugal and I was raised in Africa, Mozambique. My parents were born in Mozambique. My grandparents moved. Now, my grandparents would go back and forth from Africa to China, just to go to Africa, make business, and then bring it back to China. But they got stuck in Mozambique during the Civil War. And at the time, Mozambique was being colonized by Portugal. So life was great.
Yeah.
So they ended up staying in Mozambique, built a business, grocery stores, bars. My parents were born there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they were born there. I mean, there's like a huge community, a huge Chinese community, like huge.
All right.
Yeah, right. But anyways, after the independence, I want to say, you might have to edit this. The 80s, I don't remember. It's the independence of Mozambique, but I think it might have been. Anyways, everyone moved away. Moved away back to Portugal, back to Brazil, China, and even here to San Francisco. But yeah, my parents lived there. My mom would go back and forth to Portugal because my sister was going to school in Portugal, so I was going to Portugal and came back to Africa, Mozambique, and moved back. Moved here about 20 years ago.
You moved here with your family 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what age were you when you moved here?
Oh, I can't talk about that.
I can guess that.
Can't talk about that.
So
Let's just say a little over 20 years.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
And a little over 20 years. What was your transition like coming from there to like moving to San Francisco?
Tough.
Tell me about that.
Rough. It was, English. I barely spoke in English. I only knew, so my last year in Africa, my parents, told us, okay, you're not going to school anymore. What are you going to do? You're just going to learn English. So we went to English school, but I only knew the basic of English, like, hi, how are you?
Sure.
Good morning, like stuff like that. But anyways, it was rough. So moved here, went to high school, and it was like a culture shock. It was just like so many different things in high school that I was just like, I can't believe like people can actually do that in high school. And Africa was so strict. You couldn't eat in classroom, you couldn't chew gum, you couldn't drink water even. Here it's like, you could do whatever you want.
Free will.
There's just no respect for, teachers. I was just like, it was just like a whole culture shock. And even seeing a lot of Asian people, like I remember walking down the hall in high school, like I think it was like one of my first days, and I see a bunch of now I know they're Filipinos, and you're just like walking, I was like, who are they? Like they're not Chinese, but I was like, they look Asian, It was just like a whole different world.
So moving over here, So you were just kind of, you know, you never been in too much contact with different like ethnic backgrounds, like different kind of Asian ethnic backgrounds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the only ethnic background that, I mean, different than, you know, in Africa, it was my family, Chinese, but everyone else was, you know, mixed, you know, because Portuguese people, you know, there's a lot of Muslim people, blacks, you know, but not a lot of Asian. Asians, it was just at the time when we moved here, I want to say a handful of Chinese people, and it was my family.
Wow.
Yeah, so I grew up with that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so coming into that, how did you mold yourself into that community? You know, what was your first steps to just saying, okay, I'm living here now. This is my life. This is what I have to do to, you know, I suppose let's just say fit in, I suppose. And maybe that wasn't your like mentality at the time, but I have to say fit in just because, you know, it's obviously part of
Yeah.
the life that you have to live.
Oh man, I I've had it rough. Like I was a little rebellious. Like after I moved here, I'm gonna say maybe a little after high school because I felt lost. You know, I felt like I didn't have a lot of friends, and all I wanted to do is just stay home. I would cut school a lot, so I think it was when I started working at Nordstrom actually. Yeah, so I would go to Stonestown. I don't know if you remember that there's a Nordstrom there.
At least I used to live there.
Yeah, yeah. So I would walk by all the time. I was like, you know what? I want to work here. So I started working there. I got a job, and that's when I started coming out a little bit more. Like I started like making friends, hanging out, getting actually, you know, going around the town, getting to know people, actually go out and drinking and have fun. That's when that all happened when I was at Norwich. And that's when I started partying a lot. Who knows? But yeah, that's when, you know, when I started feeling that, okay, I'm kind of fitting in now. You know?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nordstrom was kind of where it all began for you in so many ways.
Yeah.
So you went through high school of just, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, high school sucked. I hated it. I used to cut all the time. And, you know, when my senior year, I was actually already 18. I remember I used to write just, what do you call those little doctor's note every day? I would just write because you're 18, you could sign your own excuse note, you know? So I would just cut school every day. I hated it. I didn't go to prom.
Okay.
I was like, why? What's the point? What is this? You know, because I didn't know anyone. I had no friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the only people I would hang out in high school was just my brother and my cousin because he's full Portuguese.
Okay.
And some ESL people,
Okay.
you know, because I was in ESL classes. But yeah, it was, you know, just like the high school, I'd say high school was one of the toughest time for me.
And in high school, did you learn English prior to going to high school, or did you have to learn in high school, or was it kind of broken at that time?
It was, I knew the basics of going, moving here.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, I couldn't, I mean, I could barely hold a conversation. You know, it was just very broken English. So I think that's why it was so hard. You know, I couldn't communicate with people. It was just very tough.
We'll get into this later on with Black Hacks, but I feel like maybe possibly that created something inside of you though, to like really get after things.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think it's like when I started working at Nordstrom, I met a couple friends. Like I didn't know, I never went to the gym. You know, like
Yeah, this is great because I mean to not go to the gym to be in the position that you are today is like awesome.
Never would have imagined that 10 years I would be a fitness coach. I would be working at a gym. I would be training people. Just never in my mind ever thought about. You know, in Africa, we didn't have a gym. I mean, maybe we did, but I don't think we did. We would just play sports outside. So I would play a lot of sports with my family, my friends. But yeah, moving here, started working at Nordstrom, made some friends. And they're like, let's go to the gym. I was like, oh, okay. So that's when I started going to the gym. But then that was in my 20s. And then I stopped going to the gym. I started focusing more on like, okay, what do I want to do, right? So I started working more. I started kind of just focusing on my career. What exactly do I want to do? At that point, I had no idea. But I was like, okay, maybe working at Nordstrom, because, Nordstrom is a great company, right? And they train you for success. They want you to succeed. They'll promote you within the company. So that's great. So I was like, okay, I'm in a great path. But then at one point I was like, okay, I'm hitting a plateau. Do I stay here or do I want to go something smaller? Because I wanted to say retail, like management, but I was like, I don't want to do big companies anymore. I want to go into something smaller. So that's when I left Nordstrom. I went to a small boutique. Anyways, I was working in a small boutique for a while. And then started going back to the gym because one of my friends that used to work at the small company, she used to go to Soul Cycle a lot. So I used to go to Soul Cycle a lot with her. And then my other friend was like, oh, I'm doing kickboxing. Let's do kickboxing. I was like, no. She said, no, let's do it. You'll like it. I was like, okay, I guess. Because I used to do karate when I was a kid. And I've always liked the idea of like punching, right? Like I thought that was so cool. And I wanted to do it. So I went to the kickboxing class and I loved it. That's when I found HiFi. Yeah, because the gym closed. She wasn't teaching the kickboxing classes anymore. And I went to Google and I was like, boxing classes, boxing gym. And I found HiFi. Okay. Yeah, HiFi wasn't my first option because I was like, well, it's not kickboxing. I want to do kickboxing because that's where I came from. It's regular boxing. I was like, let me just try. So then I tried, and that's when I met Andrew.
Okay.
And then he started training me kickboxing, Muay Thai.
Oh, right.
That's the whole thing. And then the rest is history.
And then the rest is here, but we'll get into that. So let's take it back to Nordstrom. At that point when you were at Nordstrom, not only did it allow you to make friends and kind of like fit in a little bit more, it also helped you expand in your career more also. Not everybody that wants to work in a place wants to expand all the time. Being an employee is fine, but you said, I want to grow in this company. What was it about that made you want to grow within Nordstrom?
Well, two different things, right? My parents, I wanted to make them proud, right? Because, Chinese family, the more money you make, the better. So I wanted to make my parents proud because, obviously at the time I was a little bit older and, I was already working for Nordstrom at the time. I want to say maybe 2-3 years. But yeah, I just wanted to make them proud. And also really when I started working at Nordstrom, my goal was not to get promoted.
Okay.
My goal was just like, oh, I just want to work at this place because it's a cool place. People are dressed really nice. All the guys are in suits. So it's like, I want to be in it, right? But when I started working there and I really liked it, and managers actually reached out to me. They're like, hey, we see your potential and, I think you would be a great manager here. So we need to train you to be a manager. So that's really like, yeah, they saw the potential and reach out and we train. And, that's the great thing about Nordstrom. I don't want to talk about Nordstrom anymore because I feel like this interview is not about Nordstrom.
Yeah, no, it's all because in a way that's kind of, it's the seed though.
Yeah.
I want to look at it as the seed. We won't talk too much of it, but it's the seed around it that, you worked your way up.
Right.
And then you became manager, right?
Yeah.
So, that in itself is great, So from that point on, you became manager. They saw the potential in you, which is something that I've been seeing over the past 8 years, which is why I wanted to have this conversation with you, You're that type of person that wants to just grow and be better.
Yeah.
So you moved out of Nordstrom and then you went into the boutique. Why the switch?
Why? I wanted to be involved more in like a small company, right? Rather than make a big impact with a big company, I wanted to make a bigger impact with a small company, like a small mom and pop store. I just saw that there would be more possibilities for me to grow a little bit more, and just I don't know. It's just I was just like, big company is huge, and rather than small mom and pop is more community.
Sure.
So I was like, I want to try a small company.
Okay.
I feel like with a small company, you don't have a lot of competition, so to speak, right? It's like if you're a personal stylist, then you're pretty much the only personal stylist. Where at Nordstrom, you get a whole department of personal styling.
Okay.
Right? So I wanted to be like a personal stylist. So that's when I went to a small boutique, and I had an opportunity to be hired as an assistant manager right away. So that was fun. It was like very different. Again, it was in Inner Sunset. I was with the company for a while, and then I just got bored, and I left the company, and I was like, I want to do something different. I want to do sales, but let's do a different type of sales. So I went to sold cars. I sold Hondas, and it was the worst job ever. I mean, for me, it wasn't for me, because selling cars, you have to have thick skin. You have to chase your clients. You have to do a lot of cold calls. And I was just like, I just can't. I can't be like chasing people down in a parking lot. Hey, let's go inside. Let's go sit down. It was just not my style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand
it
that.
was rough.
I've been to a couple of car dealerships,
Yeah.
and the amount of effort that they have to put in
too much.
to try, because you have one salesman who's okay, but then they have the lead salesman that comes in and tries to pitch the whole thing, and you're just like, man, I know sales. I'm just kind of listening to them
it's
pitch
like-
their thing.
Yeah. It's like, where do I fit in? It's like, obviously you're the top seller. You're going to take all the sales, you have all the connections, you have all the clients, and I'm there in the parking lot. Literally, we would be in the parking lot all day waiting for someone to walk in. So as soon as one person walks in, everyone is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you've walked inside, like you've
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it is.
sure.
Because there's so many salespeople and, one client. Yeah, but that was awful. So I left. And then I went back to Nordstrom.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Went back home. And this time just to sell, not to be a manager.
Why sales?
You kind of have to start there with Nordstrom. Even if you leave the company, if they rehire you, they would not hire you as a manager. Nordstrom does not do that. Only specific, like maybe like I was with Nordstrom for almost 10 years, and I've only seen one time that happen. And that person was hired as a intern assistant manager. That's why. Otherwise, if you leave the company, you come back, you're hired as a salesperson. You
Okay.
start from the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you move yourself up, But obviously, with your background as an assistant manager, you have more opportunities to move.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then while you're in Nordstrom, you started training with Andrew?
When did I? You know what? Let me put this. No, was I? No.
I know you're a manager for some place. I think, I could be bullshitting, but I think that you were working as a manager for some retail place at that time.
I was already. I think. No, wait. What? Maybe my timeline is funky here.
Yeah.
Because when I started going to HiFi, I think I was at Ambiance.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, but then I think I went from Nordstrom to Ambiance, and then Nordstrom and Ambiance. No, because I never left Ambiance. I only left Ambiance once.
Right, okay.
So unless I went from Nordstrom and then I quit and I went to selling car, and then I went back to Nordstrom.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I left Nordstrom for the first time.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, okay, let me try something different. So
Sure.
I went to sell cars. That didn't work out. So I went back to Nordstrom. And that's when I was like, okay, let's go something small. That's when I found
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, I got my stories twisted.
That's all right.
That's when I the second time when I went to Nordstrom, I was a salesperson,
Sure.
right? I was like helping out during the holidays. But anyways, so that's when I was like, okay, you know what? What do I want to do? Let's find, let's try a smaller company. Maybe I'll have more, opportunities to grow. So that's when I start working for Ambiance.
Okay, cool.
which
And then
is-
during your time at Ambiance, then that's when you kind of found Andrew and started doing the kickboxing with Andrew.
Yeah.
And so on.
Exactly. So one of the girls that I used to work with, she was Soul Cycle crazy. So that's when I started my second like journey, like fitness journey through her. So I was doing Soul Cycle, and then my friend was like, "Hey, let's do kickboxing." So when that gym closed, that's when I found HiFi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we're going to take it from HitFit.
Oh, great. We almost done.
We have a whole 8-year story.
Yeah.
No, it's good though, because you moved into HitFit, you're doing kickboxing with Andrew. I
Yeah.
mean, immediately, you built a nice little community at HitFit just around yourself and just everybody that was there. There was that little click.
I think that's what brought me to HiFit, to kind of like stay at HiFit more.
Yeah.
Because, obviously I was with a small company for a few years. And towards the end, again, I was not happy. I was like, where is this taking me? I just feel like I'm miserable. They were saying that company was a cult. I was not happy.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's when my fitness journey started coming, and then that's when I found HiFit. Yeah. So being at HiFit, having everyone hanging out after the classes and talking and getting to know each other, like you were at the front desk, and then you weren't just like, oh, hey, what's up? You're just like, hey, how are you? How was your day? It's like things like that made me feel like, okay, this is my community,
Do you feel like that's like missing a huge amount just in general, as you were kind of like getting to, getting your bearings just after like just high school, moving through the companies? It's kind of, we're going to call it rare.
Yeah.
Where you kind of just get these people who are just generally interested in just actually getting to know you, making friends and building a community.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I think that's what it was missing. Like me finding my people,
Yeah.
like people that care. Not just like they're just there to just be there because it's work, but people that, I feel like at the time, even now, if you go to a gym, right, it's like people are in the gym, they always have a positive mindset.
100%.
It's never negative, it's always positive because everyone wants to see you like succeed and, achieve your goals. It's just like so positive, and I love
It's
that.
infectious.
It is. That's why I'm still, that's why it all started.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you're training with Andrew, like you're even doing the classes and stuff as well with us. And then I stopped behind the desk.
Yeah.
And then you came in.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That was your situation. That was like your starting point of like your fitness journey.
Again, so I remember I was miserable in the company. So I was like, I left.
Not HiFit.
not HiFit, the other one.
Yeah.
So I left the company. That's when I started going to HiFit a lot. Like a lot, every day, morning, evening, afternoons, I would be at HiFit. And then I think, I was like, okay, I found my community. I found my thing. I want to do fitness, right? Because I was taking these classes at this gym, this CrossFit gym around my house in Daly City. And I was like, dude, I can totally teach a class. Like, it looks so easy. All you do is just write on the board. But, it's CrossFit gym. They write on the board and then you do it, right? Like they'll do a demo and then you do it, but it's not like a HiFit class where like you have to be engaged, So anyways, I was like taking the classes. I was like, I can teach classes. And then I found this company. It's called I Love Kickboxing. They were hiring because there's a new location opening in like South City. And the guy was like, hey, I reach out, and he was like, yeah, let's meet. I interviewed with the company, got in, was doing training. but this is like, I was not working for HiFi yet. I was training at HiFi, but not working at HiFi. But that was like my other, because I was like, I want to be a fitness manager. I want to be a gym manager, right? Because I was in the gym all the time, and I never thought about training, right? I was like, my background is in management. The perfect place is to like be a manager at a fitness gym, right? So I was like, okay, I'm training at this I Love Kickboxing gym. We fly to New York, come back. We're about to open the gym, and the guy busts out like a binder, and he was like, okay, you have to memorize everything on this binder. I was like, what do you mean? Like, literally, dude, he was like word by word, like someone walks in word by word. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? What, like every single thing on that binder.
So anybody that walks through, you kind of have to have that scripted. How are you?
Yes.
No.
That's how I took it, because he wanted me to memorize a whole binder.
That's insane. You know the work
Yeah.
you'd have to put into that
You
just
can't.
to.
There's no way I'm gonna memorize. If I'm gonna work somewhere, I need to be myself.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't be like, hello, my name is Angela. Welcome to Bob. I was like, no. So anyways, I tried. Because like I would meet with him. It was just me and him in the company so far, because it was a brand new gym. He was building his franchise, whatever. So I would sit with him and we would train together, and he would be like, okay, so let's do page 1 and 2 today. And you gotta like say to me, memorize everything. That's your homework. And then you gotta say it back to me. And I would mess up 1 or 2 words. He was like, no. And come on. Instead of like, I don't know, how are you? I would be like, how's your day? He's like, no, that's not what it says on the binder. The binder says, how are you? I was like, isn't the same shit? Sorry.
That's all you say.
How are you?
Whack away.
How was your day? As long as I'm saying hi to you, right? But he was like, no, you got to go by the binder. Anyways, that didn't work out.
Obviously not.
No.
What's happening, folks? Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Just give me 60 seconds of your time and we'll get right back into it. Have you ever found it difficult to find the time throughout your busy schedule to work out or even be consistent with your workouts? Well, don't worry, folks. That's exactly why I designed the Inner Fire program. The Inner Fire program is a 60-day workout program. You've got 5 workouts a week, 2 strength, 2 HIIT, and 1 mobility session. These workouts are literally 30 minutes or less that you can do anywhere, in the gym, even at home, or even in your office if you wanted to. You'll become part of a community of like-minded individuals that will be there to support you along the way so that you can become the best version of yourself. You will have the guidance of a coach and the support of the community to help you get you from where you are now to where you want to be. If this is something that you want to get involved in, folks, go to the link in the description, click it, and join now. You've got your first 7 days for free.
That's
No.
an insane work model.
no.
That's terrible.
But then it could have just been, I'm not talking bad about the company or him, but it could have just been that he's such a perfectionist too.
True.
That
Absolutely.
I'm very hard on myself too. So it's like, you're a perfectionist. I'm
Yeah, that's
trying
not
to be
gonna. That's gonna
yeah,
bounce.
there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be the person that you want me to be. So he fired me, but then I quit too.
Yeah, it's kind of like mutual.
Yeah, it was mutual. After that day, he called me. He was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? I agree. Okay, done. Bye. Both of it was sad, but at the same time, it was like this weight lifted off my shoulder, because I was like, thank
course.
God I don't have to memorize this binder anymore. But anyways, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do now?
Sure.
I like literally, I was sitting in the car still after the phone call with him, sitting in the car, pull out my phone, Craigslist at the time, search fitness manager. First one, HiFi.
Wow.
I tell you not, it was HiFi.
Wow.
Looking for a like a front desk
Front
manager.
desk manager. Yeah.
And then I think I reached out to, might have been Nia
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Nia, I see this post, like
Oh, that's
who
pretty
do
cool.
I talk to? Yeah. And then she connected me with Laura.
Oh.
Yeah.
Straight in.
That's it.
That's
she connected
it.
me with Laura.
The rest
and
is
Laura
history
was
from then.
like, perfect. She was like, easy. I know you. We all know you. We
Yeah.
love you. You come
Easy.
here. Like, she was like, done.
Yeah.
Hired.
Yeah. Soup. That was the easiest
when I
decision
got
ever.
hired.
100%. Yeah. And then, it was even then though, we had our conversation as well, but even at that point, it was like, it was a conversation of what am I going to do to get myself better in this gym? Like that was your mindset all the time.
Yeah.
It's always that growth mindset.
Yeah. Listen, it's like I never thought about being in fitness. So I had no idea about being, in the gym, working as a coach, But again, finding my community
Was the most important thing.
was the number one thing that pushed me because, you were there. You were like, yeah, you should come and work here. You should teach classes, like watching Nia, watching Trish teaching classes, like watching Hiro coaching, that really like inspired me to be the best, because it's like, listen, I like every time when I was just going to HiFi to just train, I told this to my friend. I was like, my dream is to work at HiFi.
Wow.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, that's my dream. And then I was working at HiFi. Just everyone at the gym at that moment, it just inspired me. Do you remember Kira or Kyra?
Yes. Of course. Yeah.
She was actually, as like beep as she was.
Yeah.
Not Kyra, not Kira.
Yeah.
Not Kira.
I know who you're talking about.
Laura's friend.
Yeah. No, I know. Hardly.
Not Kira.
No,
but
I know.
It was a Kyra. You remember?
Yeah, I know the
tall,
one, yeah.
And she would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Nike
Was
athlete."
that her name? Was it?
Yeah, it was Kyra.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think yeah. She, you know what? She's the one who pushed me to sign up for a membership.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I see you always do boxing. You should try Nia's class."
There's sales for you right there.
Oh, she was great. Yeah, I was like,
You're just like, oh, I learned that.
I mean, I bought a 10-pack Groupon class.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. But look at the difference between, her coming up to you and was like, just being herself, telling you that you could do this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it roped you in, and it was like, it was almost a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Compared to the previous place where you had to have this 10-page spiel. It doesn't
insane.
work.
It does not work.
No.
I mean, I think the gym is still there, but I don't know. I think it was just, I was thinking, I was like, I don't think me walking in every single location, they're going to say the same thing. I think he was just being a perfectionist.
That's just the way it is for some people as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're working your way. You started at HitFit. You're doing the sales management position, and then you're watching, Hiro, and then
All
you start
of you guys.
just everybody really, yeah. Just doing their thing, and it inspired you to just do more as well. I remember your very first. Well, I used to have a photo on my phone of your very first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, your very first class. I remember that. We were all there.
I
It's such a good photo.
Oh my God.
It's like, fucking hell, where's
Dude,
those times
Simon,
gone? Everybody.
You, Laura, Trish,
Everybody. Cole,
Cole.
Andrew.
Oh my gosh, that was so
Even
fun.
Sasha
I know,
Handel.
Sasha.
You know
Sasha's
she's in New
doing her
York.
thing in New York.
Hell yeah,
Good
if you're
for
listening,
her.
Sandra or Sasha, hell yeah, if she's going to be listening to this, unreal, she's doing great. It's fantastic. I'd love to get her on this as well. She comes into the city sometime, sit down and have a conversation. She'd be
I just
amazing.
haven't seen her.
Yeah. But we're moving through. You decided to start. That was your first boxing class, and then
Yeah.
you started doing. Then again, you broke yourself into the boot camp, and then you changed the boot camp to your own little
Yeah.
style, and you just kind of like worked from that point on. And then
Yeah.
we're moving through that now. These are where
Yeah.
your growth. These are your growth stages at HitFit,
Yeah.
and then obviously it came to you hit your ceiling, maybe.
Yeah. It's like as a coach, right? Or as like any human being, you want to be challenged. You want to learn, you want to keep learning because otherwise you reach a plateau, you get bored. It's like
Yeah.
life is just, it just becomes like boring. There's no point, But yeah, I mean, I loved working at HiFit though.
Of course, yeah.
HiFit is always going to be my home.
Yeah.
It's always going to be my home. But yeah, during the pandemic, doing classes outside and doing online classes, that's when I grew as a fitness coach, a fitness, like a group fitness coach. I was teaching, when you realize exactly who you are, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like in the beginning at HiFi, I almost wanted to just fit in, you know, seeing Nia, Trish is like, even Sean, you know, like all those classes, your classes, like Cole's classes. And it's just like, how can I be myself?
Yeah.
So I took everything that I learned from HiFi, and that's really who I am today.
You kind of just molded it into yourself then.
Yeah, you know, and even when I train new coaches, I always tell them, like, you have to learn from other coaches.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, book, you know, it's going to help you, give you your fundamentals, basic, you know, knowledge, but you need to be out there watching, learning from other coaches. You know?
That was definitely the best thing about HitFit though, because there was so many coaches doing great things and we're all there to learn from each other. That was the whole thing. We were learning from each other.
Yeah.
You know, just coming in and me having to teach the boxing classes, which is not something that I would have favored to do, but I'm watching Hyro, even
Greg.
What was that? I forget his name. Troy.
Andrew.
But yeah, you know, but just watching them and just sitting down and just having a, you know, doing their classes, participating in them and learning different, even Leo was fantastic, still is today. Leo was amazing. There's a lot of stuff that I learned from Leo.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a breakdown and just being able to develop my boxing skills and knowledge as well.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to teach that to other people and so on. But there was so many people in there that we could learn from. And that was one of my favorite things, or still is today. But I feel like I'm at that point now where we're hiring different people in. It's like now I get to be that coach that people can learn from and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's awesome. You know,
It's
I think
nice. It's nice when people go to you and be like, okay, I need your guidance, you know, because it's like, even though we're not that old, it's like we've been in the business, even 5 years, it's like 10 years in the fitness industry, you know, it's like you really just learn from people that have been doing it for so long, you know,
and there's still so much more you can learn. Like I think fitness is just almost endless.
Yeah. I mean, boxing, you know, I've been doing boxing with Hyro he said, what did he say last time? He did say 8 years. I was like, that's impossible. I haven't been training with you for 8 years. But it was when I started training with him, it was end of 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess.
Do you still have that video from one of your very first videos of you throwing punches on the pads?
With him?
No, it was like before him. It was like somebody in a completely different gym. And, you know, your punches are just kind of like,
gross. Yeah.
Well, I know, but then you have the development of where you are today. And I really want to see a before and after video of you doing that.
I'll show it to you.
Do it. It's incredible though, the skill set that you have compared to what you did from that back then.
Be consistent.
That's it.
You know.
Tell us more about that consistency.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I mean, but that's what it's all about. You know, you got to be consistent each day to learn to, you know, find something that you enjoy first of all.
Yeah, I think consistency is more like, you're right, finding what makes you happy, what you enjoy doing, right? Like fitness doesn't need to be serious, right? It's like fitness is fun. I try to make it fun. I try to make it enjoyable for every single person. Like I train or take my classes, it doesn't have to be serious, you know? So it's like, I feel like that is going to make you happy and it's going to make you consistent throughout your life, maybe your day, you know? It's like if it's like me, when I found HiFi, I was happy there and I wanted to be there, but without even thinking about it, I was being consistent. Does that make sense?
I love that. It's completely, it's bang on. And I think that's a perfect message to give off to people.
Yeah.
Because when someone starts their fitness journey, I even had a client yesterday or the day before, she had just started with me. Mm-hmm. And she asked me, like, how do you do this all the time? I mean, I was like, well, first of all, I'm a fitness trainer, but in my mind, it's like, I love it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I'm not motivated to go to the gym, which every single person in the world, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, was not motivated to go to the gym. you don't have to think like him or extreme athletes, but it's the 75, 80-year-old person that I think about where it's like, if I get myself, I can go to the gym now because I'm young and I'm healthy and I can do it.
Yeah.
And that's going to benefit Wayne in his 80s.
For sure.
Extreme. So it's like, don't put yourself under too much pressure just because you didn't go to the gym today.
Yeah.
You know, go tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah.
But just when you don't feel motivated at times, just remember that you are going to be old one day and you want to be in the best position physically
Yeah.
so that you can look after yourself at that time.
For sure.
You know, so it's one of those things. But again, what you were saying is when you start off in your fitness journey, just find something that you enjoy the most. What is that? Is it running? Is it cycling? Is it boxing? Is it lifting weights?
Is it like doing burpees all the time? You know, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, get in there, you know?
Yeah. So get in, find something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then just go with that. And then you'll find your community. Even if your best friends do boxing and you love, I don't know, TRX, go to the TRX and you'll find some good friends in your TRX community and you'll start building yourself up from there.
Yeah.
You know, you'll find your people inside of the place that you want to go to eventually,
And
as
that's
long as
what
you enjoy
is.
it.
Yeah, for sure. I think like going to the gym and finding your community,
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be like everyone in the gym, but you finding your own little group, that is enough to
That's
like
all.
inspire you and push you
Yeah.
and be consistent with your routine, you know, like it's showing up every day. You know, that's the hard part, but I think having your community is like number one thing for me.
Yeah.
It's like I need to have my people.
Yeah. And it's easier to show up when you have your people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
It's worth getting out of bed for.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, let's go to the gym and hang out with my friend. Why not? And that's how, you know, at HiFi, it was always like that. I was like, I'm going to go and hang out with them.
Yeah.
You know, I remember like we would be in the gym all morning, just
All morning.
talking, working out, just doing like stupid shit. I remember that. And I was just like, I don't even work here. Not yet. You know?
Yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah. We
at
would
the
all
time-
just sit behind after class. We'd all just chill out, grab
Yeah,
coffee, just
we would
actually just
just-
hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
So we're moving past HitFit now, and you're moving into Lux Fit, and you found Lux Fit during COVID or just past
Yes.
COVID. Yeah,
No,
and
it was during COVID.
Yeah.
It was
that's when they established themselves as the outdoor kind of. That's where it kind of grew from.
2021.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
and now it's crazy, isn't it? Time flies.
2021 or no, 2020.
Was it was 2020? It was like right in the middle of COVID because they wanted. That's
It
where
was
it kind of
December
birthed
of
from.
2020. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Because we just hit 5 years.
And were you one of the first employees there?
One of the first
Okay.
ones. Well, so Yotam, the president, he's the founder of Lux Fit. It's so funny, right? And he tells this story to every single person. I was like, I was a Lux Fit before it was a Lux Fit. So when I used to work for HiFit,
Yeah.
I used to also obviously when you're beginning, like, you know, being a coach or being a good fitness coach, you want to take as many opportunities as
Absolutely.
you can. You know, that's going to grow you as a person,
Mm-hmm.
make more money. So anyways, so have you been to Hayes Valley, Patricia Green?
Like I haven't worked out, but I've walked past it many times.
You know, the black top,
Yeah.
right? So it's Proxy.
Yeah. Okay.
They have the the movies in the evening, the summertime. So anyways, before the pandemic, it used to be a gym called like Public Recreation or something like that.
Right.
I think they're the first outdoor gym.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be
Yeah,
there.
I don't know anybody else that would
No,
have done
at the
that.
time before the pandemic, no one wanted to work outside. They're like, no way, I don't want to be outside. But they were the first ones. I was out there teaching classes at 5 p.m. in the rain.
Crazy.
Yeah.
People
So
doing
then-
burpees full of mud,
Oh.
just like, yeah.
We used to like pull dumbbells out. They would bring their own mats. That was like weird. People would be looking at what they were doing. But anyways, that gym didn't work out. It closed down during the pandemic. It was closed. So I was like, oh my gosh, I used to work there. What if I reach out to the landlord, see if I could teach my classes there?
Oh, okay.
You know, so I
Yeah.
was like, because I was teaching at the park, as well as teaching boot camp for HiFit. I was like, let me reach out because I still have the key. I still had the key for the box. I was like, so when I reached out, the lady was like, oh, actually, someone just reached out to me, and it was Yotam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, Yotam just reached out to me, and he's gonna take over the lease. Why don't you reach out to him?
And then that's
So I
it.
reached out to Yotam.
And the exact same thing there. You just kind of start doing your own set classes and you just build yourself up. And what do you do? What's your position now?
I'm a group fitness manager.
There you go.
Yeah, I oversee the group fitness.
Which is exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
we're not done. I want to be that person that I don't. At one point, we don't need to teach anymore. All I want to do is coach.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to train new trainers, coach new trainers.
That's awesome. You're in that position now to just grow over the past 8 years, learn from so many different coaches over the years, develop yourself and mold yourself to the person that you are today. And now you get to use those skill sets and coach other coaches into the fitness industry.
Yeah.
That's fucking
pretty
awesome.
much what I'm doing right now. I love it. I think
Of
like
course.
inspiring people, inspiring like new coaches, because we all been there, you know, we all started somewhere.
Yep.
You know, and when I got lucky when I started, I had you guys, you know, but for people that don't have that community, you know, like it's hard to grow as a fitness coach. And we do have a lot of new coaches that come in, like all ages, right? Brand new coaches. They leave their 9 to 5 work and they come, they want to be a trainer because it's so cool. I'm like, it's cool. But in the beginning, you're going to struggle, and they don't understand how much of a struggle it is.
It's tough.
Yeah. It's like, well, I don't want to charge $50 for a personal training. It's like, well, you have to.
You have to charge twice as much as that, sweetheart.
Yeah. Like you don't, you know, it's like you're just starting, you know, you don't have the capacity yet to like, I don't know, make your own schedule. You cannot afford that.
I think that's one of the things. Okay, I'm coming from Ireland, right? And when I was in Ireland, I was charging, I don't know, between 15 to 20 euro max an hour, like
And that's
literally
what, in dollars.
and pretty much the same.
Okay.
You know, so when I was there and I was doing that, and I was teaching back in Ireland and getting that amount, which was like really nothing. Then moving over here. And even just charging 65 was like terrifying.
Oh man.
Terrifying. I was like,
People
what? I was like, it's going to cost you 60 a session. Like, oh, okay. You're like, what?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because when I had like my first boxing client at HiFi, I went to Hyro because Hyro was my coach then. I was like, yo, I have like, she's interested in doing one-on-one. He was like, hell yeah, do it. And I was like, how much do I charge though? You know, it's like my first client ever. He was like, well, you got to start somewhere that it's not too much, but it's not too cheap, you know? So he was like, just do $50.
Yeah, it was a good starting point.
Yeah. And he was like, you know, just start, you got to start somewhere. And from there, you could get your skills from them and then charge more on your next one.
Yeah.
So
And then it just escalates from there.
so I'm still with this client. I mean, she's like, she had a baby, but I'm still with her. If she come back, I'm still going to charge her 50. I don't know. Maybe not.
But it's even...
Maybe not.
Yeah, no, but look, it's like one of those long, 8 years to be with a client almost as well. And that's the beauty of being a trainer. It's the relationships you build, not just with your surrounding, you know, whatever. Like I've had clients for, I can't even remember, you know, and having those clients for such a long time, you build such a great relationship. And I mean, look, I'm in this studio right now and this is my client's place.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, he's been able to like help me out and I got looked out completely to come in and use this place for that. And you build that with them and just the people you meet. You know, I've had so many like connections now into different parts of different industries, for instance. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite things about being a coach, which I will miss when I stop being a coach 100%. It's going to be a weird one. Yeah. So with you being, you know, in the position that you are now with Lux Fit, what does the future look like for Angela?
For Angela,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to look over like, I don't know. You know, that's a good question. I want to be able to travel more. Right?
Okay,
I want to be able to to do what I love, which I love coaching people. I love to, motivate people. But I'm hoping that I'll still be in this positioning, but overlooking a bigger region.
Region, okay. Yeah.
Like, I mean, Lux Fit, I love the company. They're expanding every year. He's opening a new location.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like right now we're getting a small slice of the pie, and soon we're gonna get a bigger piece, and I want the whole pie.
Okay, I love that.
I want to be able to like not teach and just come into my office and then
Do your thing.
do my thing.
That's awesome.
Hopefully inspire more people, inspire coaches and train coaches and
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to come from where you came from to the position that you're in now. It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So, the one thing that I like to finish off with on a podcast, now you can take your time with this, all right? Spend as much time, we'll edit it.
You did not give me a warning about this.
No, I didn't give you a warning about this.
You
It's
should
kind of
have
one of
been-
those things because it has to be like on the moment thing.
Oh,
If there's one thing that you can mention to the audience right now to inspire them to move, to just get after it, whether it's working out, maybe just expanding in their career, any sort of like motivation, what would that be?
I mean, don't stop. Just wake up every day and just keep going, keep fighting. I'd say don't give up on, small things. I mean, obviously, we all go through things every day. We have struggles, whatever it is, like paying rent, whatever it is, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I'd say don't let that stop from achieving the dream that you want, So I'd say keep your head up and just don't give up.
Don't give up, keep after it.
Yeah, just go after it. If you see it, you could probably achieve it.
Yeah.
Money.
It does create a level of, not even a level, it just creates overall confidence in
Yeah.
yourself. Because once you start to achieve the thing that you've set out to achieve, it just builds this ridiculous self-confidence to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. So waking up every day, getting after it, accomplish your goals, whatever's going on in your life, it's okay. Just move on and just keep your eyes to the prize.
Yeah.
Stay focused and eventually you'll get it. And then along the way, it'll be
Yeah.
the best journey and you'll build some amazing
Vision
confidence.
boards might help too.
Vision boards. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I don't have one, but
It could help.
it could help. People do say it does work.
Writing it down has helped me.
Oh,
I've written
I
some
was
stuff
never
down.
into journals.
Honestly, it's not like writing it down every single day. Maybe it was like 2 months ago, I wrote down my goal and every now and then I'll just go back and just read it. But as I read it every now and then, that's when all this other stuff inspires, I'm like, oh, fucking hell.
'Cause
Actually,
you
yeah,
can
that's,
see it.
I can see it now, but that's
Yeah.
why I want to do this thing in June that I was talking about.
Yeah, that's
I'm not going
great.
to talk about it yet.
Oh,
But
we're not talking about what's
Yeah.
happening in June.
yeah, but again, just writing it down. And now I know it for a fact. And I did everything I possibly could to make sure that I get this accepted. And now that it is accepted, I'm like, okay, now I just need to get after it
Yeah.
and just make sure it works. I don't know.
You can't stop now, Wayne. You
No.
have to keep going.
You got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll do a vision board.
Yeah. See where it takes you. Angela,
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, I appreciate you coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I
Love
loved
it.
the whole story leading up to where you are today, and it was motivating again, learning from people and inspiring,
I
and
hope
expanding
so.
and growing. It's huge, and it's what people need to, hear.
Well, I hope I inspire someone. I feel like my journey is not really about fitness. I feel like it's more about, I don't know, just inspiring people, community. I'm really about like bringing people together. And I feel fitness do bring people together. So,
Okay, amazing. Yeah.
fashion does, but I think,
We should talk more, Angela.
yeah,
We have the same
we're
vision.
not done.
We're not done.
This is not over yet. Yeah.
Right, awesome. But Angela, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
I really
you.
do appreciate it. That was amazing. But all the success to you in the future. We'll definitely, keep in touch, obviously.
Hell yeah.
But again, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah.
Opa.